Hi, here's installment 3 of Teaching Teachers How to Teach. Your host, Ruth Ann Scanzillo. What's wrong with this picture? I told you to use a prop. I said you need a device. Now maybe sunglasses will work. But there's sort of a duality here with regard to these sunglasses, because they are obscuring your most important tool. Eyes and their contact with other eyes. I'm almost 60. I used to fuss like crazy about my appearance. Who cares anymore, right? I'm still fussing. What a liar. Eyes. Use your forehead muscles to open your eyes. Among the many things I ever did with students were 10 fully staged musicals at one school where I spent most of my time in the final 15 years of the 25 that were my history in public education. There was something inherited in me. I, from the earliest childhood, was fascinated by theater and had no experience in theater. I feel at home in the dramatic arts, and I cannot tell you why. So, what was I about to say here? Oh, props and the effect of your eyes. Oh, right. Your forehead muscles pull your eyebrows up. And when your eyebrows are pulled up, your eyes open. And your facial expression is profoundly altered. Here's an example. Postmenopausal face at rest. Postmenopausal face with the forehead muscles engaged. Takes 10 years off. Not that the kids care about that part, but if you keep this part of your face active, you don't have to say much. The next thing you do is these eyes have to actually physically make eye contact with the students. And when we're thinking about what we're going to do next, we often look up at the ceiling or from side to side like I am right now. Watch out. Making eye contact takes courage. You need to believe that you're worthy and belong there and that you have something to offer these children. They will pick up the fear in you like the dog does. When you raise your forehead muscles up, it pulls your eyebrows up, it opens your eyes, and you don't look scared. You might look a little crazed, but you won't look frightened. And we all know, if we've been there lately, that public education can be frightening. We don't have to talk about that. We know it. Those of us who've been there. That bit about taking attendance, that comes from experience. When I was in the high school, my first 3 years I had a high school. I had a marching band, a concert choir, string ensemble, music appreciation, and girls chorus. In the most high-risk neighborhood of high school students in the district at the time. Ironically, years before that, decades before that, it had the highest academic standard, but the neighborhood had profoundly changed over the years. I had a girls' chorus that met right after lunch, and the day that I stood at the piano, putting the X's on the attendance roster for the absentees, was the day that one girl decided to come in my door, not enrolled in my class, with the pre-planned intent to attack another, walked up to the girl, began to assault her, bit her on the face, and within seconds there was blood and hair on the floor. And that all happened in the time it took me to put 2 X's on the attendance roster. Don't waste your time. Don't waste a single second of it in the first 3 minutes of a classroom session. Because not only will you totally lose their attention, but something pretty awful could transpire as well. Yes, we have to be on guard. But we need to be on guard on behalf of the children as well as ourselves. So that's my reason for telling you that how you use your time in the first 3 minutes doesn't necessarily have to include those linear tasks that the administration might have been dictating to you are required. You can take attendance as long as the door of your classroom is closed and nobody can leave. You can take attendance at any point throughout the rest of the session. If you wear sunglasses, don't do it on the first day or the second day. You might use them as a prop later, but don't cover up your eyeballs. Those children want to believe that they can trust you. And many of them don't have an adult in their lives that they can trust. You might be playing that role without even realizing it. I certainly did. My first students in that high school, who are now over 40, more than one of them has told me, "Miss Scanzillo, you were our mother. You were our mother during those years. You were my mother," one said. Another one, "You were our mom. I had no idea. I was 29 years old. I was frantic. I was frightened. I had this marching band program with no background in marching band. I'd never been on a field. But I was their mother and did not know it." So be mindful. You will be providing structure in the world of a child who might have none at all. You can love these children, and you might be loving them just by being there in the room with them.